Yemen has been disintegrating as a unitary state. It was never a very strong one and has a long history of civil war, but this has intensified over the past 4 years because there isn't enough trust between all the players, and there are 5 or 6 players, and they've taken matters into their own hand. And the Houthi, who are an indigenous heterodox Shia movement, which only latterly has begun to receive the attention of Iran. I think somewhat to their surprise have made advances into the capital and now stand out to the rest of the country and are pressing in on Aden, the biggest city in South Yemen, which is where President Houthi, the legally recognized internationally government, is making a stand. Now, the Saudis, in a situation of huge alarm and growing paranoia about Iranian advances in the region, have decided to draw a line now that they perceive this to have moved onto the Arabian Peninsula. But this is part of a larger power struggle across the region between the Sunni Saudis and the Shia Iranians. I think you were moving into full-scale civil war in Yemen anyway. I mean, it's not just the Houthi advance. You know, in recent months you've also had ISIS, who carried out on March the 20th these really bloody bombings of several mosques in Sana'a, the capital, which killed more than 130 people, and set the Houthi on the warpath. So you already had all that, and now, yes, this has been bolted on to the proxy war between Shia and Sunni Saudis and Iranians playing out across the region, and it could intensify. It is a measure, I think, of how dissolved in chaos this region has become. But while the Americans are bombing alongside Iran-backed Shia militia in Tikrit in Iraq, their Saudi ally, their principal Arab ally in the region, is bombing Iran-aligned Shia militia in Yemen. And meanwhile, of course, the talks between Iran, the US, and the other world powers on the nuclear question continue in Lausanne. So if there is a deal, the US and its allies are going to have to realize very quickly that the nuclear question cannot be divorced from the sectarian power struggle playing out across the region. Yemen itself has always been extremely difficult for anybody, whether outsider or insider, to get a grip on. The Ottomans failed, the British failed, the Saudis themselves have never really been able to do it. They would be very ill-advised to go full into Yemen with ground troops and so on. The precedents are not promising. David Gardner, Financial Times in Beirut.